Hello, everybody, and welcome to another stream of All Flesh Must Be Eaten solo play. I cannot stop, everybody. I've got a groove. I like the groove. It's a thing, and so we are going to rejoin uh, Sasha and Frank. Um, and they came across another group. We lost Trevor. Crazy Linda is here. So we've got her. Sasha, is of course my lead character. So we've got Crazy Linda, but we've also got a few other people. Um, we do got some. I wasn't able to make everybody last night, but I did work around the clock to take some of these supporting characters right here, which you can see are missing. We still have 4 supporting characters. One hasn't been in the scene for a while. We have no idea where Jeffrey Jacobson is. I don't think he's dead, but he is MIA. Nate Anger was in here. He is still probably here around here somewhere. Trevor Haskins is in the hospital. Naomi Brooks. But we definitely were able to make some of the characters. So I'm going to introduce them real quick to the new group. So I was able to get 4 characters made last night. The first one we're going to start off this is Marcus Kane, everybody. This is the ex-husband. He's violent. He's abusive. But ex-husband of Sasha Valois and father to Frank Valois. Who they're French, but he is not. He is full-on American. So she probably came here because of him. And then when he was abusive, she tried to leave. He is carrying around a hammer, no guns, but we will probably remedy that in a bit. Next up that I definitely want is I did introduce her last night. I introduced her as a him, but she was changed to a guy because her name is Yvonne. I kind of thought it was a dude even myself, but she's slick, she's charming, she's a hustler. So she's definitely going to, I think personally, because she's a female and she does want to help out Sasha, or at least she says she does. I think, but then yet we did roll on the chaos on the fate table on the chaos chart, and it says that there's definitely something going on between Marcus and Yvonne behind closed doors. I think Marcus and Yvonne might be having a secret love circle. And when she found out that Sasha has his son, yeah, there's definitely gonna be some betrayal. Next up is Jennifer, big old muscular lady. Like I said, she was athletically built. Um, athletically built, but she's got a 2 right there. That is strange. I think it's because of all the stuff I put in right here. So I don't know. She can be muscular with a 2. I think she definitely she's strong. She's definitely got the constitution. So hopefully she will last. But this is Jennifer Valentine, and she's attractive, charismatic. She's hard. Nerves of steel, situational awareness. She can definitely fight. Her brawling's up. So we'll definitely see where this goes. But her medicine and first aid is her highest in her medicine because she's not a full on doctor, but she is doing her best to keep Frank alive. So we'll just see where that goes. And then the last but not least one, who became a major character now, is Anne McBride. She was the news reporter lady. She was the news reporter lady that was reporting everything before she abandoned the station. So radio stations are still running, but they're rolling. The news stations and everything on television right now is currently doing the emergency broadcast. So where the hell is? Am I only allowed to have 6 open? Oh no, I must have closed her out by accident. Okay. But So we've got, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we did get 7 main characters. We got 2 supporting NPCs still. The 2 supporting NPCs is going to be until I can make some more, which won't be until tomorrow. Will be Trevor Hashkins and Naomi Brooks. Maybe they'll make it. Maybe they won't. Who knows? So we definitely got to figure out what we're doing here. Okay, we are going to set the scene. So I did roll on everything. This hospital has been completely 100% secured. There is a helipad with no helicopter. There is a radio station area, a dispatch area. Computers and internet is definitely connected to secondary campus. But we are definitely going to have to roll on some threads here. We have got 15 threads that we have to definitely look at. Definitely got to look at. So, but let me set the scene. At this point, I don't know. I don't think anyone's actually taken a hot shower. No one's had the aspect of taking a hot shower. Really, I don't think anyone's really even had the time. So everyone's kind of probably, they've been running for like 5 days with no showering. I'm pretty sure people are stinking. The water is still running at this time. Let me see here. This would be day 6. Okay, so water is still going. Are we dealing with local power outages early in the morning? Have they started yet? Let's find out. We're gonna say unsure. All right, so we begin our day with power outages. Okay, so we are dealing with rolling power outages, which has already started at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So, but the hospital does have a backup generator. I assume they do because of other life support machines. Yes, so we are not currently affected by the rolling power outages quite as yet. I'm not sure how big that is. So we're gonna say, so if we visit anywhere, we do have rolling power outages. Safe house currently not affected yet. What's up, my friend? I'm here to chill for about 15, having breakfast and then work, watching your stream. Oh, hey, thanks for yours, Dan. Thank you, sir. Yep, we're playing a zombie apocalypse game. So, yep. All right, so we do have rolling power outages, but the safe house is not affected yet. So that is a good thing. So we won't have to worry about that quite yet, but that may be something that will come back into play at some point, but I'm going to take it off the chart for now. Okay, so we're currently not affected, so we still have hot water. Hospitals generally, I believe, have boilers. A boiler system, which I don't think that's only affected by the power. So we're still pretty much doing very good there. So good job on that one. So we're probably not even. So like at this point, there would be the water. We have a water concern. There is a slight odor because the water company is that, but the safe house may not be affected yet. That is a big thing. So we're going to also take that off that. So anyone, because that is something called into question. So yeah, definitely. We're definitely, taking some stuff off here. All right, so let's begin the scene here. So everyone has waken up. It's about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Everyone look. Sasha is definitely checking on her son Frank, who is currently right here. But we're gonna get a roll on. So Jennifer Valentine is the one taking care of Frank. We're gonna give her a medicine roll here to see if everything is still good, because if it is, then we're going to see how well she does. If she does, there will be a boost. The boost will be applicable to the levels of success. We did get one last time, And we are going to get one this time, so I am going to probably figure out what that is. All right, so here we go. Although she did not really give much of a boost. 12. Okay, so that is really only 2 levels of success to my knowledge, which may not grant an additional boost. Checking my outcome table. I believe that is only 2 levels of success. This only a social interaction one, so no, he does not get a bigger boost if he succeeds. So we're gonna do a Constitution roll, and he gets no boost for that. And let's see how well his wounds are healing. He failed that, but he does have. We are going to use 4 points of essence and boost it to a 9. Give me 4 points in there. He does have 1 level of success then, so he is going to heal his Constitution into his life points, which is going to be 2, which finally takes him out of severely injured. So he's still greatly injured, but his health is actually coming right back. But he is going to remain out of the scenes for now. So Sasha is looking over what Jennifer is doing, and she is. Oh my god, I hate the fact that does that. It's because her name is so long. So Jennifer goes up and says, "How is he doing? How is my son doing?" And the healing process. They gave him you are more addicted than normal people with this. I know, right? I know. Thank you, Spartacus and Roadkill. Welcome. So, Jennifer Valentine begins walking to her house. She's been cleaning the wound, making sure the stitches are staying clean as they remove the bullet from him. At least the military did. And she goes, "This is what I'm doing, giving him IV, keeping him hydrated." And Sasha is overseeing all this. I already healed her, so she's good. Sasha's going, is looking over it with them. Can shorten her name to Jen. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. That'll probably be better. Good enough. I mean, Yvonne's kind of the same way too. I like the full names. So Jennifer basically shows on how he's hooked up to IV, keeping him hydrated, keeping the wound clean, giving him his daily dose of antibiotics, and he's also getting painkillers. Lucky kid, especially in this, he's definitely going to need to rest. And she says, "Thank you so much for everything you've done for him," and she walks out of the room. Next up, in the waiting area where they've been watching everything, make sure that no one is approaching, is Marcus, who looks a lot like a criminal. And Marcus looks at Sasha and goes, "I thought you and my son probably would have not made it in this mess." And Sasha turns to him and says, "I'm a lot stronger woman than you think after dealing with what we've gone through together." And Marcus says, "Well, most of that's your fault if you just listen to me." She's like, "I don't think intimidation is a way of forcing someone to listen to anybody. And no offense, Marcus, but you hit me." And Marcus looks at her and basically says, "Well, it's nothing you didn't deserve." Also, so rude of me. Hi, Tabletop. Hey, Lilith, what's going on? Welcome. So Marcus, looks at her and goes, "You need to remember your place. And no matter what, I'm that boy's father. I have every right to that kid." So I think at this point, we're going to cut the scene before it gets any more uglier. Sasha's going to take a look outside to see what's going on. Let's see if we roll a random event and see anything that's going on outside. Remote events. I just learned last night. Remote events is something that's move away from thread. Move away from thread, which means we're about to inspect interior. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Um, inspect interior. So when I look at that, I'm right here chilling. Okay. um, so we got a thread here. And which thread would it be? Inspect interior. Ooh, it could be a number of things. Could be the turning. Okay. Okay. Um, someone is bitten. Someone is bitten. The question is, who is it? Well, we have an NPC, so we're gonna figure out which one that is. Let me make sure I've got all my NPCs that are already chosen. Naomi Brooks is already chosen, so we gotta take her off the list. Yvonne's already chosen. Marcus Kane's already chosen. Trevor Haskins is already chosen. There we go. Is Trevor Haskins bit? Let's find out. Unsure. No. So it's Naomi Brooks. Naomi Brooks, who is she is an NPC in this, one of the areas I was gonna make, but it looks like she's our police officer. Um, Bitten and infected. Wonder what, wow. Okay, so Sasha's going to begin looking for Naomi and Trevor. Let's see if she finds any of them. She's going to do a search and a notice. So I imagine she will probably be hiding. And she definitely has so she definitely succeeded by 3 levels. Is Naomi on the first floor? Naomi's hiding somewhere. No. It's Naomi on the second floor. No. Is Naomi in the basement? Exceptionally, yes. She's in the basement somewhere. So, Sasha goes around and she sees Marcus. She knows where Frank and Jennifer are. She sees Anne, but she noticed that there was a cop here the other night and that she is missing. And she goes to Linda and says, "Linda, have you seen where the other persons went?" And let's see, does crazy Linda know? And she's also crazy, so maybe. She does know. She goes, "Yeah, she went down into the basement and she was crying. But what do I know? I'm crazy." And Sasha's like, "Why would she do that?" So she goes and she gets Marcus and says, "Marcus, I think we have a problem." And he's like, What are you rambling on about?" "I think that one of us is bitten. I think something, or at least something's going on. Someone might be sick. But have you noticed that we're missing someone?" "Yeah, we're missing Naomi." "How long was Naomi here for?" "At least a day before." "No, she's been here longer." Which means, is there is there a break? Is there a break? Was there a break in somewhere? Yes. Okay, so the hospital has officially been compromised. Oh, great. We need to figure out what the encounter on that is. So I'm gonna do a rollable table. Um, because now we are dealing with a situation. I gotta roll a d10. Great. Safe house is no longer safe. I got a 6. And a 6 would be normie encounter. 1d20. Seven additional normies have made it into the hospital. Uh-oh. So we have an invasion force somewhere. It'd have to be the main floor. So it's not been completely cleared. It is compromised. So we get to actually put that in on our safe house. Now, each floor would have been kind of big, so trying to figure out where it's been compromised at is kind of difficult. It's still a mystery. So, Marcus is like, well, nothing could have gotten in. Tabletop, I promoted your stream, my friend. Oh, thank you, Dan. Thank you, and have a great day, sir. So she goes to Marcus and goes, was there anyone bitten that you let in? And he's like, of course not. I inspected everybody. As soon as I knew as soon as that one guy, Trevor, I knew as soon as he was bitten. That's why I didn't let him in. It's like, okay, well, there's a situation going on because we are missing somebody in this group. And Marcus is like, okay, well, she couldn't have gone far. Let's, I'm going to check the area. And, well, Linda says that she went down to the basement. And, he kind of looks and he's like, fine, I'll check the basement. You stay up here with everybody else. I'll take Yvonne with me. Yvonne looks at Sasha and looks at Marcus and goes, "I'll keep we'll keep each other safe." Yvonne is carrying a handgun. I think so. There is access. So Sasha is gonna step out for a little bit. She's gonna go stay with Frank, where Jennifer is taking care of them. We're gonna move Jennifer over here, and Marcus and Yvonne's gonna go downstairs and look for Naomi. Did Naomi handcuff herself to something? No, so she's down there roaming. So so I believe he has a flashlight on him. He does not. And she does not. So they are carrying, but there's probably is there flashlights in that, emergency flashlights? And, well, with the power still on in the generator, so there would still be access in the basement. That's right. So they go downstairs and they are going to look for Naomi. Let's see how well they can find her. I don't think he has notice. Brawling, intimidate, streetwise. Nope, he doesn't have notice on him. Well, he definitely would find her. And she's going to help out. So we've got one level of success mixed in with... Ooh, nice. One level of success. So we got 5 levels of success. So as they both make it downstairs, as soon as they make it down, Naomi comes out of the blue. And this is what they hear as she comes out. She is going to be... This is what they hear as she comes out. Trying to freaking get to where I gotta get. Yeah, that's not what they hear. That was more of a thug. But yeah, that's what he heard. They heard as they went down. Yvonne's gonna take a stance behind Marcus, and Marcus is going to attempt to bash. He is carrying a big hammer with him, like a work hammer. Thank you. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm taking something to drink here. Well, we'll see if there's an underground network of old tunnels. We don't know. Could be, maybe not. He is going to try and bash in the monster, the zombies, the infected's head end, because does he know that a headshot would kill it instantly if there was any damage done to the head? That's something he would have had to have picked up on. I think that would be definitely, because it's also been probably mentioned if he's listened to the news. And I'm not saying he did. I'll make it as a survival urban, an urban survival thing for him. And let's see here. Gets to add something, information he picked up before. I'm going to actually spend an essence point and say, yes, he actually did. Yep, heard the slurp slurp. Yep, spend an essence point, and yes, he did hear about that. So he's going to do a head strike immediately. Head strikes are going to be -3. He is doing a cold shot, and it's going to be hand... he has hand weapons knives, which... So, this would be an improvised weapon, so yeah, that's not going to count. So, great. Awesome sauce, I guess. So, here we go. Let's see if he can at least strike the damn creature. And he misses. He misses hardcore. Yvonne's going to know... Would Yvonne use this opportunity to side with Sasha, or does she... Let's see. Yes, she's going to side with Sasha. So she's going to take the back seat while she's going to hold... We're going to hold her turn and see what happens while this creature is going to bite down on Marcus. And that's definitely a success. And we are definitely going to roll for a bite attack. 4 points. It is going to be... the left arm, which is actually covered by his leather jacket. Unfortunately, the leather jacket is absorbing all of the damage. So he's going to try and strike again. Do the headshot as well. And that is definitely another miss. This creature is going to try and bite down once more. And try to break it right through the jacket. That is a success. So we're going to do another bite. This jacket's probably... And that's another 4 points of damage. And it's also absorbing the 4 points. So this thing can't bite. So this thing, which was once Naomi Brooks, an officer, cannot bite through the jacket. So I think at this point he would have a nice shot to the head. And we won't even use it. So I'm going to give it to him. And, oh, he dropped... Oh, boy. It's a 2. He is going to spend 5 essence points and roll another... I got to get at least an 8 or greater on this die. If not, it is a complete miss. Oh, I got a 9. All right. He bashes the head in, so we're going to do some damage here. And 16 points of damage to the head, which actually kills it. So the head explodes. Naomi's head explodes as he bashes in. Blood goes everywhere. And pretty much Yvonne, as the jacket falls, the jacket has taken at least 8 points of damage. It's absorbed it all, so it is kind of, but it's kind of slightly damaged. We're going to say slightly broken. So, but blood has gone everywhere. And Marcus looks at Yvonne and goes, "Why didn't you help?" You look like you had it all on your own. I mean, you're a big, strong man like yourself. I noticed you're talking to Sasha. What are you two talking about? And he's going to try and intimidate her. And so by intimidating her, he's going to flex his muscles a little bit. and basically corner Yvonne. Let's see if she buckles under the pressure. Oh, 16. She is buckling by 4 levels of success. And so okay, so now we're going to have to put this here. +4 and anytime that Yvonne tries to -4 to social interaction rolls or resisting task. Marcus corners her and she says, I'm not planning anything. She's her mother. I am just merely gathering information for you. You know that. And Marcus turns around and says, you better damn well be. She's not taking away my boy. Well, was going to say, woohoo, no more Marcus, but darn, he survived. Yep. So Marcus corners her and says, you better not damn well be, because if you are, you're going to find out that me and these infected have a pretty similar nature. Just remember that. And I run this ship, not anybody else. So they begin returning upstairs. And as they return, Marcus says, all right, Naomi's been taken care of. Apparently she was bit at some point. And Sasha's like, funny, I didn't think you let anybody leave here. He's like, typically I don't. Well, then there's another problem. And Marcus goes, what now? It's like, if she was bitten, how was she bitten? What do you mean? How was she bitten? What if she's been here? How long has she been here? Since the hospital's evacuated, probably about, 3-4 days ago. It's like, yeah, does the virus take that long to take someone? Marcus probably cannot answer that question. That would be a difficult role, as he's not even a doctor. Yeah, he failed that completely. That is an auto fail. 3 result at best. No, but I know someone I can ask. So he goes and Sasha follows after to where we meet up with Jennifer Valentine. It's like, hey, you're a doctor. Jennifer looks and says, I'm a nurse, not a doctor. And Marcus goes, how long does it take for someone who was bitten to turn into one of those things, to die from it? Some come from their fever. And of course, she has seen this before. She's diagnosed this before. So definitely we're going to roll a medicine, see if it happens. Or, yeah, we're going to do a biology roll. There we go. And, oh yeah, that is 3 levels of success. She's like, well, merely hours. I've seen some people hold out for a day or two, but not long. So, okay. So if somebody was bitten, signs would show almost the same day then. Yeah, kind of. Depends on the person, but 24, 48 hours tops. Well, Naomi was bitten. She was turned into an infected. Do you know anything about that? I'd have to examine the body. Well, the body's downstairs, so you can examine it. I'll give you a couple hours to examine it, and you can get back with me. Jennifer's like, okay. I just need one of you guys to watch over Frank as he's healing, and I'll be right back. So she goes in and inspects the body. Marcus is like, I'll stay with the boy. You can go with her. I thought I was going to stay with and of course Sasha's going to protest, and he's like, no, you had the boy long enough, and you didn't even let me see my son. Now I'm going to have my visitation with him. Get out. Before I force you out. Let's see how well this goes through. He's going to try and intimidate her. Oh, she is. Even that was that was kind of a success. I got a 9. I did get 1 roll of success. That is an auto fail. regardless. And Sasha's like, you're not going to keep me from my son. And are you going to put a stop to me? Do you think you can take me, Sasha? Last time I checked, you ran away. So I'm going to say again, go with her and find out what's going on, or else. She decides to go and not cause a fight right here. So her and Jennifer goes down and she begins inspecting the body. I'm going to give this a nice medicine roll. And let's see. Nothing else would play a factor in this. Eight. I'm going to spend one of Jennifer's essence points. Make it a 9. Make it a success. And give me 1 second. I got to take a pill here. Taking my medicine. Speaking of a medicine roll, taking some medicine. Just an allergy pill, though. Okay. So Jennifer looks it over and says, well, she looks it over and she goes, well, she wasn't very degraded. Body was still pretty well intact. She might have been what you call an infected type, which they move fast. From my guess, she's been bit not even 24 hours. And Sasha turns around and it's like, with nobody in and out of here, who could have got in and bit her? Well, that would be a what, not a who. But from my guess, if somebody got in and bit her, they are possibly still in this hospital with us. I'll have to let Marcus know. And I think Sasha's going to try and appeal to her. And it's like, Jennifer, he's abusive. He's my ex-husband. I left him because he abused me in front of my son. And my son was getting... He doesn't understand. I may need some help. But I think maybe staying here would not be a best ideal. And she is going to try and smooth talk her. That's right. There we go. Jennifer turns around and says, I know. He's kind of abusive to all of us. And I don't trust Yvonne either. But it looks like Naomi, Linda, Anne, and even Trevor are the only ones we can trust. There's working vehicles, some that we have keys to and access to out in the parking lot. We just need to figure out and come up with a plan. But we also need to give it a couple more days before we can move Frank. Once he gets a couple more days of healing, I think he'd be good to move. Sasha goes, okay, thank you. So there's definitely going to be, we're going to post right here. So Sasha and Jennifer are staging a coup to, are planning to leave. But they're not going to tell everybody, so definitely not going to tell everybody. Jennifer sides with Sasha. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so now we know that Naomi was bitten by something that actually got into the hospital. So there is somewhere the floor has been compromised. So they definitely are going to need to figure out where that is. Sasha and Jennifer is going to go to Marcus and say that, basically report exactly what they found. And Marcus goes, and then if something got inside, it's inside with us right now. How come we don't know anything about it? And Jennifer's like, I don't know, maybe it was an accident. Maybe she let someone in. I don't know. They could have been fine, and maybe she wasn't telling everything to everybody. I mean, she was a cop, and no offense, Marcus, you're not an easy guy to get along with. And Marcus turns to Jennifer and goes, "Got something to say to me?" And she's like, "No, I'm just saying you're not easy to get along with. That's it. I've got nothing to say to you, nothing bad. And if I would appreciate it if you step the fuck back." And she's going to try and basically intimidate him, or at least try to get him to like back down a little bit. I'm going to give him, since he has to feel empowered, I'm going to give it a -3 penalty. 4. He's not backing down, and he's like, just because you're a woman with muscles doesn't mean anything. All that means is I can beat you like a man. And Jennifer's like, stop. There's no reason to be violent. Okay? We need to all work together. Let me work on fixing up your son. Without me, you're going to put him in danger again, okay? And meanwhile, while this is going on, you need to figure out where the building is compromised at, because if it's not safe to stay here, we need to move Frank as soon as possible. And let's see if at least he appealed to his better nature there. I'm not going to give a penalty because, oh, no. She did not. She got a -1. He is going to, let me see here. He's got a reputation of violence. Let me see if he is going to resist hitting her. It's going to be a willpower, but we're going to do the drawback, reputation of violence. It's going to be a -2. That is an 11. I also get a roll again. 12. He balls up his fist and he starts to growl at her in that intimidating male voice way that some abusive men would probably get. And she just stares at him right dead face in the eyes, basically saying, "I'm not intimidated." He backs down and he says, "Fine, but I'm not doing it alone. Sasha, you're coming with me. If I go down, you go down with me. And I'm also going to take Crazy Linda and Yvonne with me." Jennifer's like, "Linda's not going anywhere. She's not used as bait for people to use." "No, but if she's going to be here, she can pull around her fucking weight." You know, it's funny. A guy who is, you know what? The funny thing is, this is a guy surrounded by a bunch of women. A bunch of women. And he's abusive to women. So this is kind of not really like, is it possible? Like, I think it's possible that they're all planning on taking down Marcus together. So that's going to be crazy. Okay, so they're in the ER section. Now, if you got the waiting room and no one came in through that way to try and do anything, that means there would have to be a section they'd be cut off from. I bet he envisions himself to be the center of some harem he'll run. Probably. He is a sick man. The ER in the waiting room would be one section. There would have to be another sectional area somewhere that is cut off from the rest of the hospital. I think there would be an employee section. Is the employee section to... So we're going to say yes, an employee section on the first floor. Is that door still locked? I should have said likely. Exceptionally, yes, doubles. Unexpected random event. NPC action. Stop. Okay. Environment. Oh, boy. So they go through there, and they're hearing some banging on the door. And they're hearing voices. And I believe we rolled for 7? Was it 7 people? on that D20? It was 7 people. So they hear people banging. It's like, we're going to get in here one way or the other. Marcus is like, there's people in here. And so the door is, I believe that I said there's employees like, and the door is locked. So we did get a doubles exception. So it's like people are trying to break in. Are the people armed with guns? Yes. So suddenly as they get closer, they begin opening fire. Are these handguns? Exceptionally, no. All right, that means they are rifles, which is going to be very likely. Yes. Is Soldier Boy among them? Oh, that's right. There was 7 soldiers. Yes, these are the... So they have rifles. These are the soldiers that was trying to... These are the soldiers that we encountered earlier. My God, these people are assholes. Shit, those bullets are enough to bring down the door. So they basically brought down the door, and 7 soldiers appeared, and it's Nate Anger once again. And Marcus sees him, and is Marcus intimidated by him whatsoever? I mean, he's outgunned, so I imagine at least a little intimidated. He is not. Whew, he's definitely not. Okay. So, as Trevor should never have told Nate about the hospital. Yeah, that did happen. That did happen. So, the soldiers made it in, and they are met with Marcus, Crazy Linda, and Yvonne and Sasha. And he goes, "What are you guys doing? Are you guys here to save us?" And Nate's like, "Not exactly. You see, we were told by a dick who stole my Hummer that there was a hospital here full of supplies. We're here to commandeer supplies. Would they, is there anybody, did you guys need assistance?" And Marcus goes, "Well, yeah, we could definitely use the help." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "I know that lady. That lady was one of the other ladies in my camp before there was a mutiny." And then Nate looks and recognizes Sasha. Says, "Oh, looks like you're back on your feet." And Sasha, of course, goes like, "Yeah, no thanks to you. You're about to abandon us." Yeah, so here's the deal. If you guys need help, I'll take who's ever willing to come with us. But we're going to take all your supplies and anything that we may need. And if you want to come, you're more than welcome to, except her and her son and this crazy old lady cannot come." And Mark is like, "Well, that's my ex-wife and my son, and he has to come." It's like, Nate's like, "No, it's not going to happen. He's a liability. If you're going to come, you're going to come and pull your weight around. And I'll give your people a chance if they want to." Marcus goes, "I'm not giving you anything. You'll have to pry it out of my cold, dead hands." Oh, he intimidated Nate. He's like, Nate's got a little bit of intimidation. He's like, "Son, I've got 6 other soldiers with guns. What do you think you're going to be able to do?" "Well, the way I look at it, if you need resources, you're probably low on ammo, which means you don't got much time to waste on me. And the fact that you haven't even taken anything by force yet goes to show that you are low on most resources. So I'll take my chances and say, get the fuck out of the hospital. Now. So we're going to do another minus. We're going to increase that. If he succeeds on this. No, did not succeed. But he can if he sacrifices 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do another 4 essence points. And Nate turns around and says, stalemate, son. Damn. You're good. We'll be back in 24 hours. Have a nice day. And they begin leaving the same way they came out. Okay. So that stopped, but the first floor is completely compromised. Let's see here. Let me roll something on the thread, see if something comes up. Refugees on the move. Definitely refugees are definitely on the move. Okay, so they ended up leaving. And Marcus is like, this building's been compromised. I don't know what kind of damage is looking, but I'm going to do a damage assessment. Sasha, you come with me. Linda and Yvonne, you go back and watch over Frank for me. She's like, I'm not going to let some strange person watch over our son. It's like, wow, you let that nurse. I'm just making sure you don't plan anything against me. What are you going to do about it? And Sasha, of course, turns around and goes, nothing. Like, no one is making any moves against him. I think he's pretty much got this. Yvonne's definitely not going to make any moves against him. Linda's not going to make any moves against him. Definitely not. Sasha's not either. So Sasha goes with him, and Yvonne and Linda is going to go back and secure the area. So they are going to go and assess the damage. Is there any broken windows? Possibly likely that there are windows in this area. No. So no broken windows. Broken door locks then. Yes. Okay, so door locks are broken. Let's see what we got here. Let's look at some location descriptors. Festive. Intense. So the door locks on the back in the employee section is completely busted. And it looks like just before everything was going down, it looks like there was a celebration that says happy birthday, Dr. Let me come up with a name here. Peter Robertson. Congratulations, Dr. Peter Robertson. So it looks like there was a party just before everything went to hell. And is there food in this section? Yes. Well, depending if everything went to hell, the food is unlikely still good. Is the food still good? Exceptionally, no. No, everything's bad. It's moldy. Marcus turns around and goes, well, this is no good. We may be having a problem here at some point. Sasha turns around and says, well, we can try and leave. It looks like the military is trying to take over this town, or this huge city. Marcus turns around and goes, we're not going anywhere. We'll just barricade the door. And Sasha turns around and says, how many barricades are you going to put up before each one gets broken down and you just admit defeat? When an entire group of infected come after us and we have no way out? Are you challenging me, woman? And she stands up to him and hopes that she is not intimidated at all. Doesn't look like it. I got 1 level of success versus his Oh, man. Oh, wow. Okay, I got 1 level of success versus his 5 levels of success. So, +4 to social interactions, rolls when intimidating. Ah, this is bad. Alright, Marcus. -4 to social interaction rolls when intimidating. Okay. Alright. At this point, I think, has 4 hours passed? Yes. Alright, so 4 hours have passed, but it's been kind of like one of those long days, so we are going to take away 8 endurance points from everybody. I think everyone except for Anne has done some rolls, so we are going to do 4 from her. Frank hasn't done any rolls. Has he been awake the whole time? He's either awake or he's sleeping. If he fails, he's sleeping. No, he's been awake. All right, let's see here. All right, so Linda's even been moving around. She hasn't really done much of any rolls, but she's been in some scenes. So if they've been in scenes, I've taken away 8 endurance points. Oh Lord, this has just gotten crazy. So they're gonna try intense, stressful moments can accelerate exhaustion. Definitely. And right now, this guy is complete ass. All right, so they are going to take a minute and try and barricade everything. Is there enough? Is there any resources to barricade a gigantic door with? Yes. So they did manage to do that, and they actually did barricade that, which took a couple hours. So it's about like the afternoon already. We're gonna roll on a random event, see if there's anything going on. NPC action. Recruit. I got recruit and like my dice is glitching out. Recruit poverty. I think there's someone on the outside. Lydia Park. So suddenly as there is she screaming, trying to get in, banging on stuff? No. Is she hurt? Yes. So she's screaming for help. All of a sudden they hear someone, help, help me, please, help me. Lydia Park was something that was a person that Jack met at the very first episode, or first or second episode of the series. So she was a elementary school teacher, and she got reported that her job closed down, that she should stay inside doors. She is basically screaming for help at the moment and making a lot of noise. When Marcus looks out there, let's see what he notices. He doesn't have a notice roll. He notices her walking, but she's limping. We're not going out there for her. She's probably hurt, bitten. Sasha turns around and says, well, if she needs help, we need to find out. It's not going to happen. Let's see here. Does her cries for help make anyone want to go out there and help her? Yes. Let's see if Marcus can even resist that. He cannot. -2. Sasha turns to him and goes, yeah, well, what if she lures more of those things after us? Marcus is like, good point. I'll go out there and take care of her. Yvonne, stay in here. If something happens, just, well, don't come out after me. Yvonne looks and says, of course. Okay, so if she's hurt, here's a question. The military guys wanted the resources, but didn't want to fight for it. The biggest person standing in their way is this guy right here. So he's going to go outside. Is she bait for the military? I'm going to say likely. No, she's not bait. Oh, she's literally just a hurt civilian. Oh, great. All right, so I'm going to roll on the encounter table to see if anybody comes out of the blue. We got a 5. And a 5 is one lone thug. So as Marcus goes out there, she's limping. As he gets closer, he notices this, and like they're running after each other. He can go about 12 miles an hour running, and if she's limping, she can only go probably about half of what her current is, which average is 2, so about a mile an hour. So we're gonna roll on the we're gonna roll on a D10 and see if she can outrun this thing, or at least try to. Well, she did get a 10, so that's a success regardless. I'm gonna give him a dexterity roll. Well, you know what? We got 1 level of success mixed with okay, so I got 1 level of success mixed in with all right, let's see here. 10 again. 6. So wow, 1 level of success mixed in with 1 level of success, I think. Yeah, so they're oh no, 2 levels of success. So she's staying ahead of them, and Marcus goes, "Oh no." Now I guess does he help her? Does he decide to help her? Because that would be a good thing. Or does he leave her? Oh, I don't even think he would know. Let's ask a fate question. Would he help her? No. He's not smart enough to know that if he helps her and takes her in, that she's another resource. He's just freaking the fuck out and leaving. He's like, nope, not doing this. And he runs right back inside. He can run at full, which is 24. The thug can only run at half that. So yeah, they're gonna, as soon as he gets back in, he begins barricading everything. And Linda's like, no, no. And he eventually catches up with her, with Linda. And yeah, let's see what he gets. Wow. 17. That is 5 levels of success. So the bite is going to be whatever I roll times 2. So 16. So as soon as he gets in, she begins banging on the door saying, please let me in, let me in. And as soon as that, all you see is blood splatters everywhere as she screams. And she takes 16 points of damage as this creature, like, literally starts ravaging her and eating her. Does the screams attract any other encounters? Oh, exceptionally, yes. I get to roll 2d10. Oh boy, here's where shit goes down, as it always does. I got a 3 and a 10. Alright, so 3, we have an infected coming out, beginning to bang in, and then an opportunity fate question. Do the infected find the entryway? No. Okay. Let's roll on threadless, see if this moves. Panicked. Okay, so Trevor begins panicking, as well as everybody else, because this is actually bringing more infected to the hospital. We do actually have another thread that actually says, let's see here, horde migration. Is there a migration of a horde towards the hospital? Exceptionally, yes. Alright, so we're in a lot of trouble here. According to this, there is roughly approximately 32% of what was the city is currently infected. About 320,000 of these things. Whew, that's big. That's big. Oh, and we lost Lydia Park, so she too is also now infected. So she can no longer be drawn again. So she's gone. Oh man, we are losing people. Alright, so does the horde arrive within an hour? It won't be the half hour. Exceptionally, yes. Alright, so it's... How intelligent are the infected? The infected are... They have a -2 to intelligence. So not very. Their... let's see here. Their intelligence is dumb as deadwood so far. So now... There is a giant... Within the next hour, a giant horde of these creatures show up outside and begin roaming around. Marcus and Sasha, Yvonne, everybody who's not in a room in the AR is seeing this. Okay, so because this is going to be a mix of walkers, infected, and thugs, check to see if the tunnels do exist. Maybe that's what the policewoman was looking for when she was bitten. Possibly. Is there escape tunnels of an old, is there old, water tunnels that can be used in the hospital? No, there is no old water tunnels. Oh, man. Okay. Alright, is it scene adjust I'm looking for? Make 2 adjustments. Let's see, scene alteration. Scene proceeds normally. And 1 more. Scene was altered. Okay. Scene was altered. Man, this is bad. So we got a horde of infected out there. Scene was altered in some way. I have to figure out how. Let's do a random event that doesn't have anything to do with it. See if we can try use this to... NPC negative. Oh, God. The only NPC I have, befriend. Adversity. Befriend adversity. Hang on a second. I gotta look something up. Trevor is freaking out. He's like, we have no way out of here, man. We have no way. We're gonna get mauled. We might as well just go out there and get it over with. And Marcus goes, no one's walking outside. Calm down. You'll be fine. I told you I'll protect you. He's like, you can't protect nothing, man. I see how you treat these women. I know what you do. You're abusive, man. Okay? And they're gonna get in. They're gonna get in, and he's getting louder, and Marcus is going to like try to cover up his mouth, and he's resisting. And let's see. We are gonna do. It's gonna be kind of like a grapple, but no brawling. Let's see how this works. 10. So he successfully keeps him quiet. And is he going to... is Trevor freaking out even more? It's likely. Because he's probably thinking Marcus is going to kill him. Oh, yes. Marcus is trying to get him to quiet down. And he won't. So he's putting him kind of like in a headlock. And he's keeping his mouth shut. Does anything outside hear anything? Oh, yeah, they begin hearing it, and suddenly bangs on the door. There's been bangs on the doors and the windows and whatnot that have been barricaded, and he just won't stop. So Marcus is going to go ahead, and we're going to roll to snap his neck, which is not going to bode well. And for that, he got 5 levels of success. So as he begins freaking out even more, Marcus collapses his trachea and just breaks his neck. And Trevor is now dead. And Sasha and Yvonne goes, "What the hell, Marcus? All you had to do was maybe try to get him to..." He's like, he wasn't going to shut up. He wasn't going to stop. And now we got those things at the door. This place may not be safe, and they may get in. Does any of the infected or thugs exploit the weak spot of this floor? Exceptionally, yes. Alright, we're going to see which ones it was. 5. Okay, so we have... I believe that 5 is a thug. Yep, so a thug made it into the hospital, and its voice begins to echo through the halls. This is what they hear. And, is there a back door to a parking garage? No. But there is a bridge to a secondary campus. I think I did put that in my journal because that was a question we did ask last night. Yes, connected to a secondary campus. So all they have to do is move everyone to the secondary campus. So Sasha turns around and goes, "This is one of the biggest hospitals with multiple campuses. Isn't this near a college?" I'm going to say if there was a secondary campus, it's likely because they use the other one probably for students. Yes. Okay. There's a secondary campus. We can actually just, if we go up, I believe it's on, is it on floor, it would be halfway up in the air because it has to be elevated like a binox. I'd say floor 11. If not, it'd be floor 12. It is floor 11. Isn't there like a bridge to a secondary area, secondary campus? And Marcus goes like, "Yeah, actually there is." She's like, "All we got to do is move to that location. It should be fine. And we could barricade that location, and probably, and if everyone is over here, we're going to be thinking that, move the noise, basically. And if this area goes quiet, they might just disperse. But if we stay quiet in the other area, they'll disperse too. They just won't bother us." So let's see. Does she convince them of that? I mean, that does sound pretty logical. And that's something that Sasha would think of. Sasha is going to spend 1 essence point and succeed. So everyone is going, "Yeah, that's actually..." Oh, wait a minute. She also takes a -4 to Marcus. Marcus is like, "You're not the leader of this group. And I'm not going to let you take it over." And Sasha turns around and says, "I'm not taking the group from you. What is this about? This ain't about leadership. It's about survival. Okay? We can either stay here and see if these things break in, or see if that other thing comes in and eats us all, or we can at least move to the secondary campus and take our chances there. Marcus probably would think, was the secondary campus cleared? Unlikely, since nobody was there. It was cleared. Nice. That's crazy. Jen is not in the scene because she is watching over Frank heavily. Given the fact that she is only a nurse, she is not comfortable doing everything she's been doing, so she's been kind of like a field doctor. And it looks like the secondary campus was completely cleared out. Okay, sweet. It probably wasn't even barricaded, but they could do that. So it would connect floor 11 to another floor 11. All right, so that floor would be cleared in the secondary campus. All right, so Sasha and Marcus turn around and go. So Sasha turns to Marcus and goes, I don't care what you think, but I am going to that secondary campus, and you can't stop me, and I'm taking our son and Jennifer with us. And Marcus says, does Marcus have the intelligence to think rationally? No, because he wants to be... Nope, he's got... Let's see here. He would have a -1 there. And his drawback is that's his property. You're not taking it from me again. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not happening. He's like, it's not happening, Sasha, and who the hell are you that's going to stop me? Oh, and, yeah, no. Who's going to stop me from keeping everyone here? You? Sasha, she doesn't have her 12 gauge shotgun no more. So she doesn't have a weapon, and she's like, could she have been hiding would Sasha have a gun in the backpack? Unsure. Exceptionally, yes. Alright, so I am going to put a 9mm on her. A small little handgun. We'll get that in a minute. I just gotta get... Oh, yeah, this is gonna be good. So she's probably gonna pull a gun on him. And finally do to him that she's been waiting to. Hang on one second. I'm filling this out real quick. Alright, so we've got a D6 times 4. 15. 15. EV1. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Alright. So, she is like, I am doing everything I can. Dear Lord, Marcus is an irrational meathead of a caveman. Yes, he actually is. He has no rational thinking. He's in control. He's in control. He's a bit of a narcissist, too. So she's going to pull a gun on him and goes, you're not keeping me from keeping my son safe. I've been doing it this entire time without your help, Marcus, even when I was going to those shelters. And she holds him at gunpoint, and he's like, I know for a fact you're not going to pull that trigger. But remember that that Yvonne was actually working with both of them. And I think Yvonne would finally break free and just start opening fire on his ass. I'm going to make it a -5 because she already gets the -4. I'm going to take it 1 higher. And let's see here. Does she break free of it? Ooh, roll again. She did get a 10. and I'm gonna spend an essence point and move it to a 9. So yeah, she is. I think she's gonna open fire, and I think she's gonna follow. Uh, I think she's gonna follow Sasha, not Marcus anymore. So and he's not really watching her. I don't think he's paying attention to what Yvonne's doing because he's distracted. Let's see. He's definitely going to get a drawback. The drawback's going to play a factor in here. So let's see here. Oh yeah, he doesn't know what the hell's going on. So Yvonne's just gonna open fire on his ass. He's kind of like helpless, so I'm gonna definitely give her like not really helpless, but I am gonna give her a bonus for being distracted. At least a 2 bonus, so she better not miss this motherfucker. Yeah, here we go. 17. Holy crap. That's a big deal. Holy crap. Hang on a second. 87, I think it was. All right, that's 5 levels of success. So she's gonna fire. The rate of fire of a handgun. Don't think I. How many bullets can she get out before? 96. Okay, hang on. Let me check the rate of fire of a handgun because that'll be how many bullets in a turn. Oh, there is no rate of fire for these. So it's like 1 bullet. It's a semi-auto, so she can probably get like 1 nice bullet off. It's gonna hit regardless. So we're gonna say 1 bullet, and it's gonna be semi-auto, and booyah! 4 points. Oh wow! And we get to roll his jacket. I hate his fucking jacket. Okay, so he takes 1 point of damage. He gets shot, and he's like, Yvonne, so this is how you do it. And he's of course not paying attention, which also is going to give her a chance to shoot her handgun at him. And she don't have any handgun skill, so it's just going to be a dexterity. I gotta make sure I don't have that just sitting there like I do. Alright, and all of this is actually, sadly, all of this is actually, making a lot of noise. And she misses. She misses. So that's a bullet wasted. I'm going to take down the capacity down to 14. And, well, I don't think they really have. So he has to move in melee range of 1 of them. They're at least a range. I don't think anyone else has a gun. So I think he's gonna move in range of Sasha, but she's still gonna try and fire at him. Hopefully we get a better move. And 11, so that was regular. Oh, wait a minute. I got a 17 on that one. I forgot about that. That's times 2. So that would be, wasn't just 1. That would be 4 times 2. That would be 8. And it only absorbed 3, so it took 5 points. He took 5 points of damage to what part of his body again? Oh, his leg. So he's wounded. Yep. So Yvonne does hit this time too. 1 shot, semi-auto, and here we go. He takes another 12 points of damage to give me a 1. His other leg, while his legs are freaking down, Yeah, he's wounded in his legs, definitely. Oh, wait a minute. He's got... Well, if it's legs, steel-toe boots is his feet. So his leather jacket wouldn't even play a factor in that. So... Totally forgot about that part. So this one should be 36, and then another 12. 24. Yeah, he's kind of in pain at the moment, so let me give a constitution roll to see if he's screaming like a bitch. He is not. He's resisting that pain. So he's going to move, and he is going to attack. He's going to attack Sasha. He's going to hit her with a hammer. He's going to cave her skull in. He has no hand weapon, so there we go. Alright, 1 point, just regular damage. We're going to roll that. Melee. 3, 12 points to her leg as well. So he whacks her like right in the knee, and she goes, ah! And that was big. Like bones have broken, and she's fallen. With him being kind of close by, I'm gonna give her a +2 bonus for shooting the gun at him. And she misses. I'm going to spend 5 essence points. Give me some luck here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 13. All right. I'm going to allow a headshot. And she is going to use another bullet and shoot him in the head. He takes 20 points to the head and blows out his skull. He is down. Unfortunately, there is a lot of noise that's going on that happened in this scene. So there is definitely a lot of banging. Have they broken through at least part of the barricade? It is likely because there's a lot out there. Oh, yes. Doubles. Random event. NPC negative. Use leadership. Oh, boy. Yvonne better kill him. Because I feel that Marcus will kill her no matter what. Yeah, unfortunately, that's where we were at with that. Okay, so NPC negative, use leadership. We have no more NPCs. So unfortunately, we are going to... This doesn't really make much sense. I'm going to need to roll for a scene adjustment, see if I can get something else going on here. Make 2 adjustments. Scene alteration. Interruption event. Okay, scene was interrupted by something else. Introduce new NPC. Use location. Okay, use leadership and use location. That was 1 alteration. Okay, so suddenly there's been gunfire going on outside. And they're like, yeah, get them. Yeah, if we take them out, that's good. And it's Nate Anger, that freaking sergeant that has been the blight of everybody in this fucking town, is starting to open fire on the dead. However, I think does the infected outnumber his team? Because there was a lot of them. Like, this is a horde. Yes, very easily. So they're definitely at a disadvantage. But this will give them time to do. But we also need 1 more scene alteration. And scene proceeds normally from here. So there's a huge gunfight going on outside between the previous soldiers, which will give Yvonne time to grab Sasha. We're going to need to roll a strength check. It will not be simple because she's got to lift more than her lifting capacity. Of course, Yvonne's got to grab Sasha. Anne's probably going to help out as well. Let's do this. This will be a strength roll. And that did not work at all. We're going to spend 5 more essence points here. People are going to be like getting depressed here. And depression really affects your rolls too. All right, I got a 16. Yvonne got a 16, which is 4 levels of success. Anne is going to roll this. And she's going to get... She too is not doing well. We're going to roll another... I'm trying to save these freaking people here. Oh, dear Lord in heaven, I only got 1 level of success, so we went up to 5 levels of success. So Anne and Sasha, or Anne and Yvonne got Sasha. Crazy Linda, is she... You know what? We've been not playing on her drawbacks. Is she suffering a delusion right now? I need to roll that. Roll to resist her delusions. She might be hearing voices, so she probably is thinking everything is fine. Oh, she is definitely hearing voices. She thinks everything's fine and is going to stay in this area. Meanwhile, Jennifer probably has heard all the commotion. It's not... I'm going to make this one simple. It's not hard to hear gunshots going off. There's a lot of noise. 12, she does hear everything. She gets ready to move Frank. Let's see if she was able to successfully move him in his current condition. I'm going to do a medicine roll. Oh. I'm going to spend 5 essence points to say she's probably pretty lucky, hopefully, to at least get it up, because if not, he is going to suffer some damage. Okay, 9. That'll be 16, so 4 levels of success. It took her longer than normal, but she finally got him secured enough to move, and is moving him to the other location. Or at least is getting ready to move him. And she's like, what's, as everyone's coming down the hallway, she's, she sees Yvonne and Anne carrying Sasha, and she's like, what's going on? I hear some crazy stuff. Where's Linda? And they're like, well, Linda is staying behind. We can't grab her right now. We'll have to grab her whenever. But there's apparently a gunfight outside, and we killed Marcus. And and Jennifer's like, what? Would she care about him, given the fact that he was kind of a dick? I imagine she wouldn't. So I'm gonna make that a simple roll. She would care about him, so she does. She's like, what if we need him for anything? And somebody says, and Yvonne says, we didn't need him. He was gonna probably eventually kill or do something nasty to all of us. Let's just get ready to go. And they are going to go up to, so they got to go up to the 11th floor. The electricity is still working because of the generator. We're not sure how well the generator has been holding up. So I would imagine they would go to an elevator. And they probably get in the elevator, go up to the 11th floor, and go across the bridge. As they go across the bridge to the second campus, to that floor, is the floor. We did recognize that the floor there is cleared. Do they see the gunfight happening? Exceptionally, yes. Do they see the military being the soldiers being overwhelmed? I would say very likely, because they were definitely outnumbered. Yes, but they are still holding strong. So definitely there is something going on there. So they managed to move over to the secondary campus, which does take a few minutes. I believe it's daylight, but this would be getting into the evening. Does I guess the question is, who would win? Let's do a event focus here. Introduce new NPC. Okay. Jeffrey Jacobson is on the 11th floor of the other hospital. So they get in and they begin shutting all the doors and barricading it. Well, wait a minute. Would this door be barricaded if Jeffrey is already there? I would say likely. Unexpected. Yes, doubles. It would be barricaded. Ambiguous event, which is currently happening to us. Return. Oh, no. Return to... So, it says basically return health. Health meaning a person's health, but return meaning we might have to go back the other way. So they get there, and the door to that floor has already been barricaded and secured. And Linda, did Linda actually join them, or is she still hearing voices? No, she's still hearing voices. So she hasn't joined them yet. Wow. So we're gonna move her to the MIA section because we don't know if she's gonna make it or not. So, and we're gonna move Marcus to the rest in peace section. So we have lost four characters have died. 2 are MIA. And so we've got 5 left. And look at it. It's a bunch of women except for the kid. Females will inherit the earth. You know, that's what they say, right? Okay, so they begin pounding on the door. We're going to start a little dramatic music here because this is a really horrible scene. So they begin pounding on the door. And the person on the other side, there's a person on the other side, but they don't know that. And they're like, hey, we need to get, like, it's barricaded. What? That means someone's on this other side of the door. I don't know. We can try and break it down. And they're going to try and rip down everything. It's, yeah. So Jennifer's going to try and kick everything down. Let's see how well she does. Regular. I'd say she begins breaking it down. And suddenly someone responds and says, who wants in here? And it's like, please, we need help. No, I think you need to go the other way. Wait a minute. Jeffrey had a gun on him. Does he still have a gun on him? Still likely, especially in this day and age. Exceptionally, no. He's like, go away. Leave me alone. You're not coming in here. If you come in here, listen, we have wounded with us, and I need to get into this floor. Jennifer is going to appeal to him. It's like, please help us. If we go back the other way, we're gonna die. I'm gonna at least give her a -2 though, because he's kind of like indifferent right now. 5. I got 5 more essence that I can spend for her doing that, but she is starting to feel hopeless. Ooh, I got a 10. I get to roll one more. So that'd be 15 and 4. So my question is, does it remain a 15? It does. So that is, I believe, 4 levels of success. It is. So he's like, okay, I'll let you in. I'll let you in. But you guys aren't going to kill me or anything, are you? And Jennifer goes, no, we're here to, you know, survive. And she does gain a bonus for future attempts. So, Jeffrey, +3 to social interaction, roles, and tasks. So he begins breaking down the barricades and letting them all in. And they rush in as the gunfire is still going on outside. I guess we got to figure out who's going to win. Let's see what we're looking at here. Let's do another event focus. As probably Yvonne's taking a last look here. PC positive. Okay. Oh. That could be a number of things. It looks like it's as she looks. Idea: import the characters from your previous tales, the Psycho Killer and Toby's infected soldier boy. LOL. No. Good idea, but no, probably not. As she's looking out, she basically is seeing that this is a positive event. It looks like the horde of infected are basically migrating towards the soldiers and is basically overpowering them, and they're actually distracted enough to where they're not even trying to break in the other side of the hospital, so that this gives them a chance to going in there. Does the soldiers win? We're gonna say unlikely because they are outnumbered. They do win, which means they do take all of them out, but they pretty much are not going to have any ammunition or anything after that. So I think they escape by winning. Is that how they win? They make it out? Okay, so they eventually pull off, and the horde eventually migrates towards them, away from the hospital. Once Yvonne and Sasha, Jennifer and Frank make it to the other side, Jennifer, Yvonne, and Anne begin, along with Jeffrey, begin rebarricading the door. At this point, I think it would be nighttime. And it is not nighttime yet. Is it early evening? Yes. So the sun is getting ready to go down for the night, but it hasn't gone down completely 100% yet. So the sun is beginning to set off in the distance. Jennifer is using what supplies that she did manage to bring with her. She is going to look over Sasha because she does have, I think she's got a broken knee. So let's see here. It'll be an intelligence medicine roll. Oh man, okay. So I'm gonna spend another essence to boost it to that. She gets one success and goes, well, the knee's not broken, but it is definitely suffered some damage. But it is gonna take time to heal. So we are definitely gonna get a regular healing roll on that one, and then she is going to go and make sure Frank is stabilized as well, because she's had to improvise on some things which might mess with his health. 14. Ooh, that is 3 levels of success. No additional bonuses. So yeah, he'll begin his healing rate at the same rate. So, all right, I will say if it was like early afternoon, about 2 hours has passed, I'm gonna take away another 4 essence points from everybody. And that includes Frank. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, we're going to stop here for just a moment, and we are going to take a small break. All right, and we are back. Okay, so we need to look at our threads list to see what we have completed here and what we have not. Um, so we've definitely got some personal threads here taken care of. So Frank might be in danger. I don't think he's much in danger anymore. I think that can be taken care of. Um, I think that is pretty much out. Predator's rise. Vonnie might be Vonnie the wolf in the hen house. I'm not sure. I think that can still stay in play. Um, Scavenger. Let's see here. Scavenger. Let's look at our thread, at our journal and our threads list of things that we have to ask ourselves. This is day 6. But nope, Scavenger. Need to find resources. Okay, nope. Well, we actually had resources. Not sure if there's resources over in this place. Is there resources currently? Well, let's look at abandoned hospitals. Supplies within are crawling with... Well, this hospital seems to be abandoned. And it does seem to be resources in this area. So we're going to go with abandoned hospitals. That's pretty much done and over with. Scavenger. We pretty much got enough supplies to last. Definitely the generators are on. So we do have that. Definitely a lot of stuff there. Does this side have as many resources? Does this side have any resources? I would say probably likely. No. So I would imagine with that question, they would have resources regardless, just not as much as the other side. So we did lose some. But I think we still got to figure out some additional things. I'm going to, let's see, let's pull an event focus. NPC negative. Oh, dear Lord. An NPC negative. Lord, something negative. I don't know. This guy's crazy. This motherfucker is nuts. Let's see here. Let's pull some traits and flaws. Impaired. Oh no, he's drunk. Energy. Oh wow. So as they look around, they're getting everything settled on this other floor. Jeffrey's like, well, I've never been in an area with so many women. And he begins to say, well, you're got too many muscles. You're too injured. But he looks at Yvonne and he starts touching her. And Anne's like, ladies, my name's Jeffrey Jacobson. Think you guys can have Jeffrey Jacobson sandwich tonight. And I don't think they would respond too well with that. She's like, well, sure, if you don't mind losing a testicle or two. She says in the nicest way possible. I'm going to take a minus 2 to see if he responds negatively or... Oh, no, he does not. He's like, okay, I'm sorry. So he begins to back off. Definitely begins to back off. And he's like, back off her too. And she looks at Anne. Anne hasn't really been much into any of these scenes. She's, she might be going through a caffeine withdrawal. Depending, there might have been coffee. Was there coffee in the other area? Has she had her cup of coffee for the day? It's likely. Exceptionally, yes. She's like, yeah, I'm sorry, just everything's kind of going on around here. I didn't, I know I've been mostly quiet. I'm not much of a fighter. I don't really have any weapons. I have this, and she holds up a thing of pepper spray and her cell phone. And now everyone's looking around and going, okay, now what? Let's see here. Random event. PC positive. Okay, awesome. Deceive. Enemy. Someone's been deceiving us. And it's a PC. Yvonne. Yvonne's up to something. What is she up to? I mean, at this point, survival is her #1 priority. And right now, Sasha and Frank are in no situation to do that. And I don't think would notice anything like that. She's not very empathetic. So let's see here. See if she would maybe... This should have been a perception test. It was. Yeah, she doesn't see anything. Even with... would Jennifer... Jennifer's been too distracted to notice anything at this point. So, yeah, this is... So there's something going on behind the scenes here. Let me pull... not any event focus, but let's make... let's roll for a scene adjustment. Remove an object. So an object needs to be... Yvonne sees and hides something like keys to a medical vehicle or meds. That would be it. Yeah, definitely remove an object. Jennifer's missing some of her medical stuff. That is true. And it's missing something personal. So we are going to add... I believe that's actually a thread. That there is mistrust among everybody. Let me look up the threads here. Look at the journal. Thread questions. Panic. I believe it's panic. Everyone distrusts everyone. Yes. Yes. Nobody that we are currently... That is currently active. Okay. So nobody trusts anybody. Okay. We are definitely going to add that in. Wow. Definitely a bit of a problem there. And this kind of goes with the Predator's Rise. There is definitely something going on. Let's see here. Let me roll and see if I can pull out another threads list. Personal loss. Somebody's lost something personally to them. And guess what, everybody? She plans to escape while everyone is sleeping. Yes, because, and for a reason. She has her younger cousin. Is her younger cousin lost? Likely because her younger cousin's not in the scene. Yes. So she's got keys and everything she needs and some supplies to head out to look for her younger cousin. Nobody notices that she's acting strange. Does Jeffrey notice? Because he's kind of drunk. So I'm kind of going to give him a -3 to that. Yeah, he notices nothing. So it looks like Jeffrey's going to get a character sheet next. But yeah, so oh man. Let me roll for another random event. Because we still got some time before the day ends, before people need to rest. Move toward a thread. Support. Official. Alright, so... Support official. So we've got 3 threads that are going active here. Vani... Nobody trusts each other. And there was a personal loss. Personal loss is actually... Yvonne has a missing cousin. And I believe that cousin is younger than her. And we got to move towards another thread. Support official. Well, I think the biggest support that they've got here is trying to escape. Let's see here. Let's take let's roll randomly and see what we got. Oh, we're back to personal loss again. Let's do it one more time. Night Siege. Definitely something's going on. Okay, so it looks like the Night Siege thread is what we're going to be moving towards. Oh, Lord. People are not getting sleep tonight. See, Night Siege. Scene interruption or altercation. Follow accordingly. Alright, well, or alteration. So let's do a scene alteration. So as the sun begins to set and Yvonne's getting ready to take off, something is going to happen to her while she's on the go. Oh, scene proceeds normally. Alright, so there's definitely something going on. Well, that thread got wasted, basically. So we're going to get rid of that one. Alright, so is there still infected outside? I'm going to say likely. And no, they've actually all been driven away. Wow. Okay, and Marcus is no longer in the picture, so this doesn't even exist. All right, so everyone does need to rest. All right, so Yvonne is going to convince everyone to get some sleep and that she is going to stand watch. She does have a bit of charisma. She does have, so she's going to smooth talk, and charisma will play a factor in this. Well, even though she rolled a 1, she got an 11. That's still a success. And it's still 11. That's still a success. So everyone is going to get some rest tonight, including Anne. And Jeffrey, of course, passes out drunk. And she sneaks off as that she has a clearing. And she takes keys and everything. So, I don't think, would Yvonne pre-barricade everything? Probably not likely. Yes, she does barricade everything from a different side to keep everybody safe in the middle of the night. So she is another character that is now MIA. Great, we're losing people again, but they're not dead. All right, let's give. I think it's time to give everyone some rest. She has recurring nightmares. Let's see. Did she sleep through the entire night? Recurring nightmares is null. Let's just see what we got here. Three. She did not sleep through the night. So out of 8 hours of rest, when did she wake up? She woke up after 1 hour, and Yvonne was already gone. Okay, so given the rules here, I also got to roll a d4. She takes 2 endurance points hit. All right, so let's see here. So endurance points is her constitution level per half hour. She's got 3, so that's 6. She takes 2, so she only gains back 4. Essence points is her willpower per hour, so she only gets 1. So her essence pool has not been brought back all the way. Alright, so next one is going to be Anne. I don't think Anne has reoccurring nightmares. She does not. Does she sleep through the entire night? I think for her that would be just simple. Unless something just wakes them all up. No, she does not, but I don't think she's interrupted. She sleeps for 2 hours. Alright, so she doesn't have to worry about the loss of endurance, so she just sleeps for 2 hours. So 2, 4, and then her essence Yep, that's only 8. Yeah. So she only had 14 left. And then willpower 3 and wait, was she at 18? I can't remember. 2, 4, and she got 2 hours, so that should be 8. I'm gonna put it at 26 just to be sure. And then this one, let's see, she only got 2, so 3, 6. Oh, she doesn't need that much, so she's already back up to full. Nice. All right, now Sasha, we're gonna see how well her body's healing. She's being medically cared for, so that's probably the good thing. Let me see here. I'm going to spend 5 essence points and see if I can get that a little bit higher to gain a bonus on my healing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 13. And unfortunately, no additional bonus. That was a waste. So she's going to heal 2. And then her endurance points. Did she sleep through the whole night? It's important that she would get sleep, but I imagine she'd be in pain. She did not. And when did her sleep get interrupted? After 4 hours. So her constitution for endurance is going to be 4. So 4, 8, 12, 16. We're just doing some basic math here. All right, 23. So she is healed all the way back up to that. And then her willpower is going to be 2. So that's going to be 8. So 12. So she's just severely injured. Hopefully the injuries will go away at some point. And then Frank, of course. Let's see here. Did he I mean, he has to get sleep, but no, he did not get enough sleep as well, which is going to slow down his healing process. He slept only for 5 hours, which means his constitution, that'll be 10, which his endurance points goes back up, and then that'll be 5. That'll be, yeah. Doesn't need much there. And then his constitution goes, let's see, how well is he healing with the proper medical treatment? Just normally, so he's going to go up to 8. So he's healing. When he gets about up to halfway, he'll be able to move around and be back into scenes like normally. And then he's got to deal with the fact his dad's dead. So, and then his mom killed him. All right. So we got some stuff there going on. Alrighty. And now I guess it's time to figure out. All right, so the odds were against us, but I don't. How well will Frank take with finding out that his dad is dead, and how will Sasha explain it to him? We will definitely deal with that on the next episode. At this point, I will say, okay, so we did. So 2 characters went MIA, so we didn't lose control there. 1 character did lose control, which was Marcus, but I think he was kind of a bad guy. So I'm going to say we actually didn't... I don't think we lost control of any of the scenes, and we kept everyone safe, and we actually did eliminate a lot of threads, plus change a lot of threads. We're getting ready to move towards another thread, and we also have a free thread right there that we can make up. I'm trying to think... right now they've got a lot going on. The refugees, we've been getting this one. There's definitely movement in the city. So, not sure how that is, but we've got like 3 main active threads going. Radio broadcasting, it's an emergency alert loop. So that's still going on. And that's still being played even though power is failing throughout the city. Safe house is currently not affected still yet, but we're in another safe house. So we're not sure how well this is going to work. But we've definitely got some, let's see here. Yvonne. And this is something that we are all going to have to face off next time too. So, with Yvonne being gone, we won't have to worry about those. So, yep, we definitely have. I don't think anyone has access to our radio yet. Hell, that was in the other section. Actually, let's figure that out. Does this other section have a dispatch station? I'm gonna say unsure before we make any changes. It does. So this section does have the same thing as the other section. Okay, but it only has half supplies. Is this section connected to a college campus? Well, I think we already asked that question. We're gonna leave that question alone. Okay, so definitely. All right. And we actually did do a lot. I got to go through here and take some other notes. So at this point, I'm going to lower the chaos factor down to 5. So we were very much well in control, and then we got to figure out where we're going to go next. Now that the characters, granted, they're kind of all in agreement. They actually have reasons to actually work together now, and they don't have an asshole trying to control everything. This might actually give them the opportunity to maybe start moving with the refugees and trying to find a way out of here. Oh, and remember, did Sasha get the Hummer keys? Likely, because the Hummer got left. Oh, wait a minute. That was hot-wired, actually. But what was that? No, she didn't get the Hummer keys. That's because it was hot-wired. So that's a correct question. Definitely going to have to see how that whole situation gets explained in some dramatic scene. So, definitely. Right now, they're going to rest for the night, and they will be up in the middle of the night. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and I may make another one while my girlfriend goes picks up the kids and get another one planned out. The next one will be the last one for at least a month. I've been having so much fun with this. This has been crazy. I'm going to try and leave it alone for a month and see where it goes from here. For those who tuned in, thank you for tuning in. And remember to work hard, play hard, game on, everybody. Have a great day.